Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. This is an online course in biomedical research ethics at the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, developed by the Research Ethics Monitoring Office at the King Abdulaziz City for Science and Technology. What is the purpose of this course? It provides an introduction to the law and regulations pertaining to research in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. It highlights certain aspects of the law and policies, and for detailed information, please refer to the published policies on the website of the committee. It is a requirement for investigators and local committee members to qualify for doing investigations or for sitting on the committee. And it provides protection for the research subjects, the investigators, and the institutes alike. And finally, it should be known that abiding by ethical principles makes research results more reliable and publishable in respectable journals. The basic principles in bioethics are respect for persons, justice, beneficence, and non-maleficence. These are basic principles in the Islamic culture, and it is manifested in the surahs in the Quran. إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان ولقد كرمنا بني آدم. What are the basic ethical principles as they are applied in research? Respect for persons is applied by giving the potential participant the full freedom to participate or to withdraw after participation. Justice is applied by making sure that the patient's welfare is respected and to do no harm, and beneficence, non-maleficence, participants' welfare and to do no harm. Respect for persons. Individuals should be treated as autonomous entities. They should be capable of deliberation about their own goals, and they should be capable of acting under such deliberation. We know that certain groups of persons have diminished autonomy and they may need additional protection, such as children, prisoners, people with severe cognitive developmental disorder, or dementia. Beneficence should be applied by making all efforts to secure the human subject's well-being, to maximize the possible benefits and minimize the possible harm. No individual should be intentionally injured or should not be intentionally injured in the interest of securing societal or general benefits. Justice is applied but that those who will receive the benefits of the research should be represented in bearing its risk. Selection of participant subjects must be directly related to the problem under investigation, and no group of persons should be selected because of their availability, compromised position, or vulnerability. The concept of confidentiality and anonymity. Confidentiality means that only the investigators are aware of the participants' identities and data, and they will not reveal these identities or related information to others. While anonymity means nobody, including the investigator or investigators, can relate to the subject identity or to any sample or information in the project. International bioethics have developed during the latter part of the last century, and the timeline had significant stations. Immediately after World War II, and because of the atrocities that were committed during the war, Nuremberg trials resulted in the first Nuremberg Code of Ethics. In 1964, the Declaration of Helsinki emphasized these principles. In 1982, the World Health Organization proposed an international guidelines for biomedical research involving humans. And in 1992, guidelines were revised by the World Health Organization. In 1997, the global implementation of the International Conference on Harmonization, the so-called Good Clinical Practice, GCP. The law in Saudi Arabia was approved by a royal decree number M/59 dated on the 13th of Ramadan 1431, while the regulations of ethics of research on living creatures was compiled by the National Committee of Bioethics and issued by the President of King Abdulaziz City for Science and Technology on the 29th of Muharram 1433. The law aims at to avoid causing any harm to animals, plants, environment in the conduct of scientific research, and to maintain respect and dignity of research subjects or participating volunteers, and to ensure their safety, and to protect the rights of humans or any parts of these humans that are participating in the research. We know that there are competing goals in research. For the investigator, it's an opportunity to advance his research career, while the research participant is volunteering to gain possible benefits from the research, or at least receive no harm. The local committee and the government entities that look over the research, they should provide independent check on the research. The institution wants to minimize liability to the institution in conducting research. However, everybody's role is to protect research participants. Thank you. That concludes part 1 of this course.